Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to draw an ellipse or an elliptical profile. Today in class we were talking about auxiliary views, and when you're drawing an auxiliary view, if you have a circular profile in either the front view, top view, side view, or either right or left side view, you would end up with an ellipse if you have a circular profile. So here I am quickly creating a video so that you guys can understand how to attempt the next tutorial. So here on my left I do have a cylinder standing straight up. So the axis is perpendicular to the base. It's of height 85 and diameter 40. Now if I look at this cylinder from above, the top view would be a circle, the right side view would be a rectangle, and the left side view would be a rectangle. So that's easy. Now if I rotate this cylinder about its axis so that it's sitting on its corner, on one of its corners, and one of its edges, so that its axis makes a 45-degree angle with the horizontal, we will have a front view that looks like this. Now that changes the top, right side and left side view, because in the top view you would now see an elliptical profile here. You would see the edges on both sides, and you will see a hidden elliptical profile for the base. Now if you look at the right side view, again you would see an elliptical profile for this face. This one would be half hidden, half visible, and then you'll have the two side edges. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the side view for this. So to start off with, I'm going to go ahead and say I want to draw construction lines. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a few construction lines. Don't worry too much about the length of the construction lines, because by the time you finish you're going to turn off your construction lines, so it really doesn't matter if they have varying lengths. So I've projected all the important points, so I can go ahead and start drawing. Now I need an axis, so I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what, my outside edge, that could be my outside edge. Now I want axis and then another edge. So for this I'm just going to use move parallel 20. I took 20 because the diameter is 40, so for the midpoint I'll have 20. So I'm going to say move parallel twice. So I have this. Now I'm going to change this or move this to a center level. So I've got a center line here. Now I've got the center point of the ellipse, which is here, okay, and I've got a major axis and a minor axis. So quickly looking at an ellipse, if you have an ellipse looks something like that. The two ends that are furthest apart is called as major axis. The closest points, the axis joining them, is the minor axis. So getting back to our side view, we have 4 points. 1, which is this point, 2, which is this point, and that's your minor axis. 3 and 4 would be the diameter of the circle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw an ellipse here. So to draw an ellipse, I'm going to say place ellipse. Now there are 3 methods in which you can draw it. One is the center, edge and ends. I'm going to use center method because I have the center point and I have the major axis endpoints and the minor axis endpoints. So I'm going to say center. Now if you read the command prompt, it says identify center point. So I'm going to say that's my center point. Okay, I'll just change my level. Next it says identify right end of the ellipse. So that's a point on my major axis. And the next one is secondary radius, which is my minor axis. So there you go. In the side view, this circular profile becomes an elliptical profile, and that's what it looks like. Now the base would be identical to that. I can redraw it or I can just copy it. So I can say I want this to be copied from this intersecting point to this intersecting point, and that's my base. The only difference is when you're looking at it from the side view, that half of the edge is hidden and this edge is visible. So I'm going to, before I modify that, I'm going to go ahead and draw the edges for the side. Okay, then I could say trim. So I don't want that half, so I've got my visible edge. Okay, now I could draw another ellipse and trim it and change that to be a hidden edge, or I could just mirror this because it's symmetric about this edge and then convert it. So I could say mirror image about a line. I could say about that line I want to mirror this object, and that will create a mirror image. Now in this case I want to make a copy. So first point to mirror, sorry, I selected the wrong. I'll say I want to mirror this about a line, and first point is that, and then I've got it. So all I need to do now is pick this up and change that to hidden. So there you go. I've shown you how to draw an ellipse. Now in the next video I'm going to draw or show you a simple example.